Hello and welcome to Cooking with Steve. I'm kind of excited to make some stuff on the griddle. If you've watched my previous episodes, I seasoned the griddle and made some burgers and stuff on it. But today we're going to make some shrimp fried rice. I went ahead and I got my griddle nice and hot, and I'm going to start with putting some olive oil on there. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. You aren't going to need a lot, just a little bit. Get that going, get it nice and warm. And I pre-made rice. Now, I like to make rice using a little bit of turmeric and some chicken bouillon. So this is all pre-made and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the griddle. Another thing that you might want to do is, if you have a griddle, is invest in some good tools for use. And I did that, so I'm going to go ahead and chop up this fried rice a little bit, so I can get it going. It'll warm up and it'll break up a little bit nicer. Another thing I like to use when I'm making shrimp fried rice is a little bit of smoked sausage. It gives it a little bit more fat and a little bit more flavor. So put some oil on there for that. You can see I've got the smoked sausage. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and start my frozen peas and carrots as well. They'll take a little bit of time to get going. So spread that out on the grill. We've got a lot of other ingredients as well, as you saw, and we'll get those going here in a little bit. But right now, this is what's happening, and when it's time to do the next thing, we'll be back. Well, our rice and our peas and carrots have been going for a little while now, as well as the sausage. But I noticed that with the wind picking up, I needed to turn up the heat, so I turned up the heat on everything. One of the things that I also use is toasted sesame seed oil. You can see the rice is popping. That's great. So I'm going to make a little well in our rice. And this is going to be for the eggs. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of toasted sesame seed oil in there. Also put a little bit over here on the peas and carrots. I have some nice sweet peppers, red and yellow, and some onion. I'm going to go ahead and add that. I've got 2 eggs ready to go in there. Put those in there and get those frying. Mix all these things together. The shrimp and the mushrooms that I have, they're going to go on last because the shrimp and the mushrooms take the least amount of time to cook. So let's get these veggies frying along with everything else. Get those eggs scrambled and frying in the center. And once this gets going, we're ready to put the shrimp on. I'll be back. Well, our eggs are frying up nicely and getting scrambled in there. I'm going to go ahead and push the vegetables to the side. They're getting pretty well done, because I want to have some direct space for the shrimp. I'm going to put just a little bit more sesame oil on there. And I'm going to put our shrimp and our mushrooms on there. And get those frying. At this time, I'm also going to go ahead and season with a little bit of garlic powder, some black pepper, and I have a little bit of oyster sauce. It has a little bit of a fish flavor, which is fantastic for these shrimp. I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And I'm also using a sauce called hoisin sauce. It's a little thicker than a soy sauce, but it has the salt content as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that on these veggies as well. A little bit on the rice. Give this rice a little toss with those eggs in there. Chop everything up. Get mixing together. Mix up the shrimp a little bit, and the mushrooms. I'm going to go ahead and give all that time to cook up, and we'll come back and mix it up, and it ought to be ready to go. Well, our shrimp are done. The thing about shrimp is you really don't want to overcook it. And when you first put it on the grill, it's kind of a translucent color, but after a while, when it cooks, it turns this nice pink color, and that's what you want. So let's go ahead and mix all these things up. Get our veggies over here. When you do this for the first time, it really makes you kind of envious of the Japanese steakhouses, and all those guys have some really great skill using these spatulas. Start to realize why they're considered as a chef. Let's go ahead and mix all of that really nicely. And at this point, it's pretty much done. Just going to go ahead and put some in a bowl and give it a taste test. Make sure I get some shrimp. Make sure I get some sausage in there. Let it cool for a second. Oh yeah, these flavors came together really well. A lot of people like to use soy sauce, but this hoisin sauce is really key. It's fantastic. That's really good. You got to give it a try. Get yourself a griddle, experiment with it, have some fun, make some great meals, and we'll see you next time. Well, that concludes today's episode of Cooking with Steve. I hope you enjoyed spending the time with me, because I sure enjoyed spending the time with you. If you would, help me out by subscribing, liking the video, and sharing it with your friends. And as always, please remember to live modestly, speak humbly, and enjoy life fully. We'll see you next time.